China is full of surprises, and a lot of them will hit you as soon as you arrive. But the further you travel, the more interesting things get. And if you're planning a trip to the famous Zhangjiajie National Forest Park or the Avatar Park in China, I have to warn you, there are surprise spoilers ahead. But these spoilers may be useful. I've seen quite a few videos of people having really bad travel experiences in Zhangjiajie, and it's always best to come prepared. If you have already done some research on your trip to Zhangjiajie, you've probably heard about this one. There is a McDonald's at one of the top viewing points at the park.
There's a McDonald's in a national...
No, it doesn't look like that. It looks like this. And this shocks a lot of people. Here's why. When you find yourself in a jungle so wild it has inspired a whole fictional universe, your first instinct is to grab a bow and arrow, just like in Avatar. And then you see someone walk by with a burger and Coke. There's nothing I can say that could take away from the convenience of having fast food at over 1,000 meters up in the sky, especially since this would be one of the very few locations in the whole park where you could get coffee. But it does take away from the experience, because it makes the whole thing feel like a movie set. A very well-designed movie set, but still. China is home to over 1.4 billion people, and sometimes it feels like all of them are in Zhangjiajie. The park is really big, but the problem is that people tend to take the same routes. So if you want to check out all the main viewpoints at the park, you will most likely have to do it while staring into someone's back.
Is there an end to this line? Is there an end to this line?
A lot of people in China like to travel in tour groups, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for some inexplicable reason, the tour guides that organize these trips have a very special relationship with loudspeakers.
You want the guy to whistle in your face?
They don't just use them to make important announcements or look for people. They speak into them. So when you get close to popular viewpoints, your ears will also fall into their range. And if you don't understand Chinese, it sort of feels like you're being yelled at, just for being there. Buses. You can travel up and down the mountains in the park by bus, but these are not your regular buses. When you board one of these guys, you are entering a race for the worst headache of your life. Average elevation at the park is over 1,000 meters, and park buses will take you up and down mountains in minutes. They are absolutely ruthless in how they handle sharp turns and elevation, and while you get to your destination quickly, you will be a very different person when you step off the bus. Finally, getting around the park comes with a side of hustle. Being in the mountains that look like this should be an almost meditative experience. Yet you'll be surrounded by people running after buses, arguing in lines, and rushing to take 1,000 pictures. And before you know it, you start doing it too. So while the park remains an absolutely beautiful place, you end up feeling like you're not really experiencing what you were expecting.
He's gonna grab my phone.
But not all the surprises that await you in Zhangjiajie come with a bad aftertaste. In fact, there is a big chance that you will remember Zhangjiajie as one of the most beautiful and naturally unique places you've ever been to. There are remarkable stays, delicious Hunan food, unforgettable scenery, and some of the best hiking in the world. Most importantly, the bad stuff is avoidable if you look into alternative routes and go hiking instead of bus hopping when exploring the park. I share a few ideas on how to avoid the crowds and the noise in this video. Timecode is about 10 minutes and 50 seconds into the video. And as for the unpleasant surprises, well, sometimes they make for really fun memories. I hope this video has been at least a little bit helpful in planning your trip, and I hope to see you on the next one, with a latte, of course. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.